Did you know that 85% of all brand messages are ignored? We do all that work for nothing. There is a really simple way of solving this problem, and I think it's the most underrated branding tactic that we have today, something I call employee branding. It's like personal branding for employees. How would I do it if I was the CEO of a company with 100 employees? That's what we're going to talk about today. To be a part of this emotional support cat. You want to lie on this? I know you want to. If 85% of what companies do in marketing is ignored, what are they doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? We people want to listen to other people. We trust what people say. We really only pay attention to whatever it is that makes us feel something. And we all think, what's in it for me? And you can see this in the numbers. 74% of people trust what an employee would say about the company more than some corporate statement that maybe comes from leadership. Corporate words. Corporate robot words, I can't talk. What our employees say about us is super important. And everyone knows this. This is not news. Still, very few companies work with this strategically. Employee branding is when a company will help their employees to build their own personal brands as a part of what they do at the company. And I still haven't seen many companies who let their employees do this, and not just let them do it, but help them do it, give them resources to do it. There are a few reasons why companies don't work with this. The first one is that it can be hard. So there are many problems to look at. Not problems, challenges, I would say. Think about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is actually the employee's private space. It is their social media still, and they have to decide what to write there. But if the person understands how much value they can get in their future career by being on LinkedIn and building a personal brand, that will help the person as well as the company. Then a company might say, well, we don't really want to help our employees build strong personal brands because what if they become too popular and someone poaches them? Or what if they leave? Newsflash, they will leave. All employees will at some point leave. And when they do leave, would you rather have an ambassador out there speaking well of your company? Or would you rather have an employee that maybe speaks poorly of you because you didn't support them during their time there? Or even worse, doesn't say anything about you? And when I pitch this to companies, they will say, but Mira, we can't control what they're going to say about us. And I say, no, you can't. That's okay. But I think that the important thing is that to survive, a brand and a company needs to build trust, and trust is built between humans. If your employees are top of mind, your company will also be. If your employee is the go-to person in their field, that will help your sales. And it's okay that this is a mutually beneficial agreement. So how do you actually do this? Say that you agree with me and you think that absolutely we should work with employee branding. How would I do it if I was the CEO of a company with 100 employees? So if I was the CEO and I hadn't worked with employee branding at all before and I wanted to start, this is what I would do. First of all, I would make a very clear decision that this is what we're going to do, and I would communicate that to the whole company. And not just saying that we're going to do it, we need to put force behind it. That means money, resources, time, energy, creativity. Yeah. As the CEO, I have to lead by example. So even if I feel like it's pretty tough to put myself out there and make content or whatever it is I want to do to promote my personal brand, both as the person I am and as the CEO of the company, you have to remember that your employees are going to have exactly that same feeling. So whatever I'm asking them to do, I have to be willing to do for myself. And I have the resources to do it, so there is no excuse. So I would start with myself, start making content. I would then let it trickle down and help my leaders in the company do this and really give them an education in why it is important and what that can give them and the company, because they are the ones who will help me convince the rest of the organization to do it. And then I would, of course, talk to my employees, and I want to teach them and give them all the resources around why this is important. And I somehow have to make this a part of the culture of the company, right? That sharing is okay. That talking about things is okay. That being a human is okay, even at work. Other than that, I also have to have a structure in the company to make this work. So I need to form a group at my organization who will be responsible for this, who will get a mandate and a budget. And usually I think that would be a great combination between maybe HR and marketing. You can even have an employee engagement manager, the person who's actually the boss of this initiative. And maybe that's the only thing they do. So yes, it does cost money. And the reason to do this is that messages, even company messages that are shared by people at the company, are seen 24 more times than if you would have posted as the company. And messages shared by people get 7 times more interactions than messages from the brand. The numbers don't lie, and it is actually measurable. What makes my concept of employee branding different from other concepts of employee advocacy programs is the fact that you are actually helping the employee build their personal brand. So it doesn't mean you expect them to only make content about your company. They are building their personal brand, which means it may be different for every person, and they have other interests that don't have to do with work that they also need to talk about. So it's about branding this person, of course, within their role at your company, but they also have the right to do the other half of it, if you know what I mean. You have to give up control a little bit. You cannot control what they're going to say, and this is the most important part of it because it has to be authentic. No one will believe an employee if they become a corporate robot writing what you want them to say, if they use the words that you use like internally that no other normal person understands. They have to find their voice and talk in their way. Your job now, or your marketing department's job, is to help these people come forward. Now, this is not a quick fix, and I know everyone loves quick fixes, but your company is supposed to be here in the long run. You are running a company that needs to survive through tough times, through recessions, through apparently pandemics and all the things that happen. You are driving the long game, and this is a part of the long game. If your humans at your company are not a part of your long game, I think you're doing something wrong. So many company leaders tell us that the most important assets in our business are our humans, our people. How many companies actually help their employees in this way that we're talking about today? I haven't seen that many. And I think it's a mutually beneficial setup, helping the person strengthen their personal brand, because that will leak into your company's branding. It just will. You have to find your way of doing these things with your people. And the greatest ideas will probably come from your people. So giving them room to grow and to be creative and come up with their own ways of promoting the company and themselves is probably where the magic will lie. And so I look forward to seeing everything that you can possibly achieve with this method. And if you want to learn more, you can always talk to me. You can download my employee branding blueprint, which I'll put a link to down below. And you will also find my book there, of course. So if you want to be different than about 100% of all other companies out there and make sure that 85% of your marketing isn't being ignored, I think this is the way to go. And I hope that you will accept the challenge of doing this in your company.
No, so that's great.
Okay, good enough.